Listen, as someone who's been through childhood sexual abuse, who lived in silence for over 10 years, who lost his dad to the silence at the age of 48, here are 3 things that I know to be true. Number 1, silence is and will never be the answer. We believe it is the answer. We believe that silence is going to be the thing that will keep us safe, because primarily that's what our brain tells us. And I understand why it tells us that, because when it comes to the idea of breaking the silence, the fears of the unknown starts to rise. What's going to happen? And dependent on the complexity of the trauma, some of the fears could be potential outcomes. So I get it. However, when we live in silence and we don't utter a single word of it, what tends to happen is that we are running away from the truth of what happened. We are living in the same cell as the demons and the fears and the shames. All of that compiled into one. And what that does is it suppresses our voice. We believe that we don't have a place on this world. We believe that we won't be understood, that we won't be believed. And that just magnifies. And what happens? We lead to coping mechanisms, alcohol, drugs, whatever. My dad, he became an alcoholic, died before the age of 50. Silence is not the answer. Quick side note. To break the silence, I truly believe that we've got to make the purpose greater than the fears. The fears will always be there, but as soon as we make the purpose greater than the fears, that's when we decide to do it anyway. Number 2, community is the biggest thing. When you've lived in silence for your whole life, you are on your own with what happened. It's a completely different ballgame when you surround yourself with other people who've been through similar to you, because they can speak the same language as you. They can say things without you even muttering a word. They know how you feel before you can even articulate it. It just completely changes everything. And number 3, I personally believe that one of the best ways to find healing is to help someone else find healing. Because as a byproduct of that, you start to find healing and start to find your own voice at the same time. Inside the Survivor Movement, which is a community that I run for trauma survivors to help them find their voice and to actually go out there into the world and create an impact, we've got people writing books. We've got people taking legal action. We've got community members meeting up in person all around the world. We've got people going to universities, to churches and delivering talks and sharing their story. We've got people creating plays and one-man shows of their story. We've got people like me creating feature film scripts and actually creating films of their story. And we've got survivors that run trauma workshops and feature on BBC News to share their story and to get their voice out. And by the way, if you want to join the movement, just comment the word community down below. We are literally building the #1 movement in the world for trauma survivors to help end the global silence. Would love to have you. But bottom line is, what I truly believe is that we're here for a purpose. We're here for a reason. We must find our voice. We must use our voice, whether it's small or whether it's big. And we need to become a beacon of hope for other people who are out there currently lost. Because if we don't, then who will?